Viktor Koen here from AskEternity.com. Victor is an artist illustrator. His work has been regularly published around the world, weekly in the New York Times and elsewhere. I'm at his studio in New York. And Victor, what are you working on currently? Some projects?
I'm frantically getting ready for my London show in September. And that's not, you don't know about it. I was saving it as a surprise.
Okay.
And it's the Cunningham Gallery, and it's a great space with 3 different areas. So I am working on several new things that I wanted to do for a long time.
This is a solo exhibition?
That will be a solo exhibition. I'm frantically working even on the name of the show because it's going to be a compilation of several things. It's going to include the tasks and games, the Toyfabet, that is an alphabet completely built by vintage toy parts.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm working on something I wanted to do for a long time that I call the Warfabet. That is an alphabet built completely out of not only gun parts, because it's not an alphabet about the beauty of guns. That's why it's not called Gunfabet, but Warfabet that will show also the cruel face of war mixed in there, just some symbols and hints for the non-glamorous aspect of mixing and matching pieces of weaponry. And it comes with 3 big life-size prints that picture 3 businessmen talking, but their heads are completely compiled out of guns, so it's almost
wow.
Like warlords or gun traffickers talking business among themselves. So it's a little bit of a unfortunate, very topical and international subject right now.
Yeah.
And Warfabet will most likely be premiered, or either works in progress of it will be premiered in the International Typography Symposium in Cyprus in June.
Cyprus, Greece.
Cyprus. I mean,
Cyprus. Okay.
Greek-speaking Cyprus,
right?
But
okay.
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
At the Nicosia University there, and then it's gonna have its premiere in London. And I am also very excitingly getting to work in a methodical way in a new series, and I haven't done this in the last 3 to 4 years. So it's I'm really psyched about it. It's a series called Hybrids. It's a Greek mythology based series. It's monsters. I felt like creating monsters. They're very steampunk oriented to a certain degree, and it's a kind of old and new look at monsters, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully I'll be able to present the first dozen prints, and it's going to be work in progress because in order to audition for real a series I have to finish it.
Right.
And that would most likely be 24 of them. But that's about it. It's a lot of things. I promised a lot of new things for the September show, and I'm getting to becoming diligent about getting up at 5:30 in the morning and starting to work, because of course all the illustration and commission work is on top of this. And teaching is winding down. This is the end of the academic year. A few more courses and a few senior shows and exhibitions and openings remain. June is the summer illustration residency that I run for the School of Visual Arts in New York City.
And how long has that been going on?
That is the 4th year that is happening with a meteoric growth to attendance. We've been sold out for about a month now for the program, and it's a full month before the actual program, so that's great news for me and the folks at the School of Visual Arts, and just keep on going. Honestly, looking forward to a couple of weeks on the beach in Greece with friends and family,
yeah,
and then coming back, closing all the stuff for September, beginning of the academic year, and then the show in London. And also looking forward to the trip. I haven't been in London in a lot of years. I love photographing there. A lot of the elements within my images are from the the War Museum in London and their Science Museum that I loved a few years ago when I extensively photographed there.
Yeah, we talked about some of that at Art Digital Magazine before.
Yes, we did, because part of it was part of the Damsels in Armor as
That's
well.
right. That's right.
And I think it's a good time for another anti-polemic or anti-war series. We're in the middle of a mess here.
And so how does the arts and humanities, in what way, earlier we were talking about the WPA and how that sort of helped to pull America out of the Great Depression. There was also war going on during that time as well. How, speaking to that today, what's the context? How does this translate when a person or a group of people create art to sort of speak to these crises that we're facing? What's the end result, or what is the desired result, perhaps I should say?
Fortunately or unfortunately, mostly unfortunately, we're at the crossroads again. Like every turn we take, we're in a crossroads. But if I am to kind of think about the value of the WPA, is not only that it put a lot of people to work, it put very special and great people to work. Paul Cadmus, that received several assignments from that, is one of my favorite painters. Someone whose work holds up amazingly, and he would not be able to do the work he did. Actually, most of the work he did for the WPA was so controversial, did not even get to be hung on a wall, and really the controversy created him as a name for a good reason. But by rubbing people's face on reality, you hopefully get them to understand that something needs to be done to stop resolving everything with something with a trigger. And if you don't only can assault them during the news hour, but you can get them in a gallery, you can get them in a publication, where this cruel reality doesn't only give us the documentary aspect of it, but also the artistic one. People ask me why do I do dark stuff and I don't do happy stuff. I rarely do flowers and smiling faces because there are just too many people doing that. I have a different. I can afford to take a different route and knock on people's doors with an unpleasant delivery. Let's call it this way. And I thankfully get the platforms to do this. I get the platforms to get a specific anti-war message at a typography symposium where you may not expect it. I will get to do it with kind of a steampunk themed show in London, and through several museums and galleries that I collaborate with in the world. And to a certain degree, I like the fact that my work attracts that kind of museum and academic interest. So you get your artwork viewed by a lot of people, and putting a little stone in this pyramid towards change, I think, could not hurt.
Some social criticism with some art and some enjoyment.
That's what my work is all about. Social criticism is exactly the term I use when I explain it. I do so much commissioned work for different reasons that I enjoy a lot and get challenged by, that I can afford in my own personal work to completely apply myself to social criticism and hopefully transmit a message. Not a super pleasant one, but a good one, a strong one, a thought-provoking one. That's what it is.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you for visiting.
Good day.